Is the new Toyota Highlander worth it? We're showcasing the 2025 Toyota Highlander 25th edition limited in wind chill pearl over portobello leather interior. This year we only get 2,500 units for this 25th edition. You get two different colors to choose from in a hybrid variant with an all-wheel drive configuration. But is it enough to make it worth it? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm gonna go over some pros and cons. We're gonna compare this against the competition to see if the Highlander still has the value that it used to have, because it's going on about 8 years strong and one of the best retail vehicles on the lot. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best to get. 8 inches of clearance is standard. LED headlights and daytime runnings with LED fog lights. Now, when you go to this trim, because it's the 25th edition, you're gonna have the same grille that's on the Platinum. So you have the chrome wrapped around the glossy black inserts. Front parking sensors with bird's eye view because we're at the limited trim, and you have two different limited. So you can get the non-25th anniversary or edition, which I would probably tick the box to this. Toyota is saying this is their bi-spoke example of a Highlander. Underneath the hood is going to house the 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid. That's producing a combined of 243 horsepower with 175 pound-feet of torque paired to an ECVT transmission. So it's going to have the same configuration as all of the hybrids, achieving 35 mpgs for the city, 34 mpgs for the highway. So this could be a reason why I would get it and say it's worth it, because you're getting great mpgs. You're also getting the updates from the Platinum tier at a discounted price. That's why we have these 20-inch wheels, and electronic on-demand all-wheel drive system is standard across all trims. So I'm liking that Toyota is implementing this, because you usually have to go to Subaru and Mazda in order to get this configuration, because Honda, they're not going to do it, making this more worth it for me. And it's a third row variant. Now you have a Grand Highlander if you need a little bit more leg room for the third row and a little bit more cargo capacity. Towing for this hybrid's at 3,500 pounds. Non-hybrid will be the same 5,000 pounds as the Grand Highlander. Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 Plus that adds the pre-collision, pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist. But a con to me is I'm paying a premium to get into the 25th edition, because there's only 2,500 examples in the United States. I'm not seeing any badging at all from the side or the front. They only put it in the rear. Why wouldn't you make it stand out a little bit more so? Why wouldn't you give it some highlights to make it more unique instead of basically giving us a Platinum but sacrificing features? Because on the Platinum, you'll get a digital rear view mirror, but on this, you will not. You'll get a 360-degree reverse camera and rear parking sensors, but you're not getting any power updates, and it's not something that's getting better MPGs. So if you're looking for that hybrid variant that's a third row, these are some reasons why I may say I wouldn't get the 25th edition, because it doesn't really give me enough value to offset the price. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this better than Honda and the competition? Because Honda is now bringing more heat for 2026. The Palisade has went through a full redesign, which now they're offering a hybrid variant. So it's bringing more competition to Toyota, and we don't really know if the refresh or the all-new variant is going to be for 26 or 27, in which Toyota was saying that this may be an all-electric vehicle, which I would prefer to stay a hybrid and a gas variant. Power liftgate going into 16 cubic feet of storage behind the third row. Limited trim adds the home plug. JBL sound system. Underneath the floor, it's gonna have a little bit of storage. And you split fold the rear bench, just simply pull this here. And that's going to increase the cargo capacity to 48.4 cubic feet, but you will have to go into the back door in order to fold down the captain's seats to get the 84.3 cubic feet. Pull the lever, pull this, it's gonna fold down flat, and that will maximize the cargo capacity to the Highlander. And we got the scuff plates here. The key fob to the 25th edition Highlander. Going into 12-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger. Portobello leather interior, and leather starts on the limited trim. 25th edition is going to be on the headrest. You get the skid plates, memory for the driver, heated ventilated seats, and you'll have the wood inlays through the center, 11 speakers through JBL sound system, 25th edition floor mats, storage on the passenger side, and you'll have that Y design that goes into the 12.3 infotainment screen. Let's fire it up. Tri-climate control settings, standard wireless charging pad on all trims, heads-up display only on the Platinum trim, as well as getting a digital rear view mirror on the Platinum trim. The Limited, you're going to get the HomeLink auto dimming rear view mirror, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. The 25th edition gets a 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory for the front and the rear. When you click here, you can change the camera layouts, and when you click this, you can take those grids off. I like that we still have physical buttons, so it does make it a little bit more easier. You don't have to use everything through the infotainment screen. Working into your driving mode select, that you got a total of 3 different driving modes, as well as EV mode and trail. This is going to be a little bit more sporty. It slides open into a little storage bin that can be picked out into a deep storage pocket with a 12 volt. Leather wrap steering wheel, it's heated. 3-spoke, multi-function. The gauge cluster is a digital reader. You can go through an array of different content for the driver, and you can change out both or all 3 sides. When you click and hold on to it, you can change the different content that is projected on the screen. When you click over here to this view button, that's going to be your bird's eye view. This is going to see the interior of the vehicle and everything around it. When you click onto this, it's going to have the bubble effect that goes around here. You can also pause it so that way you can see any imperfections whenever you're doing any maneuverabilities. Door panel and dashboard configuring together nicely, but one thing that I don't like is there's just a lot of hard materials everywhere. For a 25th edition, come on Toyota. Moonroof, plenty of leg room. It's not really a driver-focused setup, and headroom is taken care of. I'm at 6'3". One touch up and down for all the windows. It's soft to touch where it needs to be with a long beverage holder here, and it tapers into the back, and you'll have a little hidden pocket for the driver. For the back seats, this is the opening that you have to enter for 2 more. You can only option the 8th seat in the LE and the XLE Night Edition. Manual sunshades. The door is going to have that wood inlay, soft to touch where it needs to be, and basically the same size storage pocket, and it's carved out for about 3 beverage holders. Sitting behind me, the seat contours inward. You have storage behind both of the front seats. 3rd climate control setting. Home plug, because this is the Limited trim. 2 USB-C ports, and you don't have any cup holders? You do. You have them right here in a little storage area here. As for headroom, more than enough. It's actually carved out for you with the air vents in the ceiling, but you don't have LED interior lights, so that's definitely a con to me. You can also recline these seats so nobody can sit behind me, and you can also adjust these seats. You can also adjust these seats forward to make it easier for 3rd row occupants, but I'm going to be a little bit tough so I can enjoy the 2nd row. For the 3rd row, pull the tab here, or you can pull it there, slide it. That's the room that you're gonna have to fit 3 more in the back. You get 2 cup or beverage holders on the side. And these seats will recline. You just gotta find the lever, pull it back. And now I can sit without any issues at all for headroom, but if I was to sit normal, headroom is going to be a little bit more compromised. Sliding the captain seats back, putting it into the middle trim, I'm gonna have plenty of leg space and I can almost stretch it out. Sitting into the center is actually going to be a little bit more ideal as long as the seat isn't back, because then you can see I won't be able to fit. My knees are going to be sitting quite high because of the sit of it, and it's not going to be as comfortable for somebody like me sitting into the 3rd row, so just let me sit into the 2nd. 243 horsepower out of this hybrid 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. You're getting great MPGs. I mean, 35 over 34 with a combined of 35 MPGs. That is awesome. The 25th anniversary or 25th edition, I like that Toyota does these things because it just makes it feel more special, especially considering that they're only doing 2,500 units in the United States. As for power, It's a hybrid, so don't expect it to go crazy. You want the hybrid max if that's what you're wanting for power and performance. It's going to take me to some pros and cons. Starting off with the pros is we get a special edition. We get a special interior color. The con, you only get 2 colors on the exterior, but I'm kind of okay with that because the windshield pearl or the gun metallic or gun metal, I think it looks good. And when you pair it with more or less the platinum configuration, it just makes it look a lot more upscale. Some more pros is you got 8 inches of clearance, so you sit up high enough. If you're considering the Grand Highlander, I mean, 2 horsepower more if you go into just the hybrid tier, and the MPGs can be better and can be worse. So it's kind of interesting the way they have configured those 2 variants, because usually when you get a longer vehicle that's nearly 10 inches longer than this and it's more heavier, you wouldn't be getting better MPGs for the city, but getting worse MPGs for the highway. The seats are comfortable, the suspension holds itself well, ventilated seats, so it's pretty hot outside as you're noticing, and I'm pretty cool inside. I like that the screen is kind of in the dash. I dislike all the hard materials. I mean, they got a lot of hard plastic everywhere. The headliner is nothing special. When you go into competition, they're starting to add special amenities, especially when you go into the Hyundai Palisade, you'll start getting suede headliner. If you go for a 25 variant, you can still get a V6 powertrain. The interior, if you go Calligraphy Night Edition, you just get a little bit more bells and whistles, especially considering you're right at the same price. And I know in the comments, people are gonna say, well, this is a hybrid. That's true, but Hyundai is coming out with a hybrid for 2026. We don't know if 26 is gonna be a full EV when it comes to the Highlander, and we don't know if we're getting a new variant for 26 or 27 yet. You're going to hear the engine come into play whenever you hit a higher RPM, and you're going to be standing kind of in the middle grounds to get the vehicle motivated. I have it in sport mode. If you change the mode to just normal, it will change a little bit, but it's not going to be a huge difference, and it doesn't make any weight to the pedal. The steering has a little bit of weight to it, so I do appreciate that. Comparing this against Honda, they don't have a hybrid variant either, so this would definitely be better with MPGs. With interior space, the actual third row is better in the Pilot. But is it worth it? That's the question that we're trying to entertain. As for competition, it's going to be hard for 2025 because Toyota does a great job with MPGs and their hybrid systems. Sound deadening could be a lot better though, especially at a near 60 grand price. Braking on the vehicle, it's not bad actually. It grips really well. I mean, you could stop on a dime if you need to. And turn radius at a stop point is going to receive about 2 and a part lane. Let's rock and roll. So it gets up to speed fine, whether you're mashing on the gas, you're slamming on the brake, it's doing everything that it needs to do with great MPGs, soft interior. The second row isn't bad with the captain seat configuration. The bench is gonna be a little bit more firm. Third row is gonna be a lot more firm and you sit up higher in both rows. Towing capabilities, it's gonna get the job done. Most people with hybrids don't really care about that. So overall, is it worth it? I think it is, and I would option the 25th edition because there's only 2,500 units in the United States. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video.